Tesla's been talking up the Model S Plaid as the quickest production car ever, claiming that it can go from 0 to 60 in blistering 1.99 seconds, not from 0 to 100 kilometers, because it would pass those 2 seconds, but to 0 to 60 miles an hour. Just that it can't, not on the road anyways. To reach that speed that fast, you need to hit some Tesla dictated conditions. Conditions that aren't on a main road. You wouldn't reach that speed on asphalt or cement. The wheels will just spin. You need to find a drag strip that has a special resin on the floor which will increase traction, the only way possible for it to reach 60 miles an hour in under 2 seconds. That drag strip owner must allow you to enter the car. You are using a helmet, but no reinforcement, no window safety net, general requirements, and features not offered by Tesla. If you find that drag strip, you are ready to wait for 15 minutes. After putting the car in drag strip mode, it has to precondition the batteries, the motor, and according to the temperature outside, the battery capacity, the state of charge, you will have to wait between 8 and 15 minutes for the car to be ready. When those minutes are done, you are ready to wait for another 10 seconds. You have to push the brake pedal, the start pedal, then the car will say that drag strip mode is enabled. Once drag strip is engaged, you have to wait for another 10 seconds. You'll depress the brake pedal, then the acceleration pedal. The car will lower itself, enter in cheetah mode. Cheetah is the fastest animal on the planet, running from 80 to 130 kilometers an hour for small bursts, of course. After the car has lowered itself, you'll release the brake and explode in 2 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour. It was also tested on the streets. It's an eerie look. It almost seems like fake. When watching a YouTube video of a car in cheetah mode, you'll almost believe that the car was always moving at that speed. It looks like it's just moving at a regular speed in an instant. Still in Elon Musk world, the Boring Company came with a new idea. After finishing the 1.7 mile underground tunnel beneath Las Vegas to avoid traffic, Elon Musk said that it would implement the same idea, but 21 foot wide, around 7 meters, to be used by trucks. You could haul 2 trucks at the same time widthwise, reaching 50,000 trucks under a city per hour, making traffic way easier, as Elon Musk said it, under the hell above. Microsoft announced Windows 11 a few days ago after telling the public for years that it won't release a new OS ever again. Windows 10 is the final OS. We'll have just incremental updates, changing stuff here and there, nothing crazy, no going bananas anywhere. Still, after seeing the hype that's around any new OS update from iOS, Android OS, Mac OS, it soon realized that it's missing free advertising from releasing a new OS. So we have Windows 11, which was leaked days and weeks before. It looks similar to Android and iOS in the rounded corners of the apps. Also, the glassiness resembles Windows Vista. Hopefully the resemblance stops there. The start menu with apps has been moved to the center of the screen. You can move it back on the left. There's a new widget that you can open from the left. It can be full screen. You can use that to tip developers of the apps that you enjoy. Satya Nadella said that it won't take a cut from Microsoft Windows developers if they're not developing games, that is. It will keep taking a cut from those developers. You'll be able to run Android apps, not natively via Amazon app, but on any chip, AMD, Intel or ARM. Cortana is cut from the startup when you install the new OS. The new OS will be free as a free upgrade for Windows 10 users. It will come later this year, maybe in October or November. It will have features from Xbox X, automatic HDR, Xbox Direct Storage, which will increase the speed of all the apps running. New updates won't interrupt you in the middle of work. They will be in the background and will be smaller, of course. When you disconnect an external monitor, the apps or files open on that external monitor will come to the laptop, but on reconnection, they will remember where they were and go back. Enough with the craziness that was until now. There'll be a new snap layout where on a single monitor you'll be able to have multiple different apps or files open in a really nice new arrangement. Developers will be able to upload their own e-commerce app or use. Microsoft tried their app store similar to Apple's app store but failed, unfortunately, and hopefully not a prophecy of the future of Windows 11. The live stream of Microsoft was broken. Laggy, no audio, no video. Finally, the CEO Satya Nadella had to tweet a link to the YouTube live stream. The YouTube live stream wasn't even theirs, was owned and originally shared by Newegg. Instagram is notoriously an mobile app. You can watch Instagram from a PC, but you can't post from a PC. Until now. If you were to open Instagram now on your desktop, you might be one of the few selected for beta testing of Instagram for the desktop. You'll have a message, now you can create and share posts directly from your computer. That's all. Samsung leaked some of its phones, or somebody leaked some of Samsung's phone. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. The phones are rumored to be released somewhere around this summer. We don't know for sure when. They're rumored to be S Pen compatible. On June the 28th, Amazon has a new event where they'll talk about the collaboration with Google. On the smartwatch side, they'll be talking about the Samsung ecosystem that's growing, and perhaps then they'll be launching these new phones. Hopefully better than past phones, reliability wise, not cool wise, they are pretty cool. Rembrand's night watch full 300 years after it was streamed. There isn't much to say about this painting. The story behind the night watch is fascinating. We must go back to 1642 when Rembrandt finished painting this painting of a night watch militia and their headquarters in a club where he finally hung up the painting. 70 years later, the militia was gone, the painting had to be moved in another location where there apparently was no wall big enough for the painting. So they cut it. They butchered it from all its sides. A significant portion was removed from its left-hand side, along with slivers of the top, bottom and right. Unfortunately, the butchered pieces were never recovered. They presumably were thrown in the fire, but researchers were able to reconstruct thanks to a smaller copy of the original, painted at the same time by Carrot Londons, and over the course of nearly 2 years, scans, x-rays, over 500 digital exposures, and the Rembrandt style imitating AI, researchers were able to fill in the blanks in a great proportion based on London's copy. Taka Dibit, the Rembrandt Museum director, said that Rembrandt would have definitely done it more beautifully, but this comes very close. You can see the full painting in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, or you can watch the picture right now on the screen. Starting in July in Australia, TCL will be selling a pair of display glasses. The glasses won't have AR, nor they will have VR, but will try to emulate, via two screens, a 140-inch TV. You'll need to connect a MacBook Pro or an iPad or some of Samsung's flagship phones that have via USB-C a DisplayPort connection to watch TV on the go or anything that's on your phone on the go. The aspect ratio is 16:9, so not made for vertical video. It will cost $680 or around 600 euros. They'll have speakers, but TCL recommends using earbuds. I'm not sure who will buy or need that. Time will tell. Google security changes will break Drive and YouTube links. Any link published after January 2017 on YouTube but not made public, kept unlisted to be posted on various sites, will be moved from unlisted to private. Being private, only you'll be able to watch that video. Google is doing this for YouTube links and Google Drive links for security reasons. The newer links are safer, harder to track or to hack, also are better for Google. You won't be able to open a new link that's rolling out on 23rd of July 2021 without being signed in into Google services. You can let your link live on as unlisted if you fill out a form for every link you want to leave living on in that form, or you can just re-upload the original video. You of course lose views, likes, comments, everything, but the new link will be safe and also more profitable for Google, who will make you be signed in into their services. Still on the bad side of news, T-Mobile just launched a 5G gin. It's a marketing stunt, of course, made to create buzz around this gin, produced by a tech company. The gin promotes the 5G connectivity of T-Mobile. It speaks about everything that they've done good in later years. I won't go into further details because it will achieve its purpose of being an ad. It costs $30 per bottle. There's also a non-alcoholic version, a 6-pack for $10. It's ginger ale. Going back to Australia, Airspeed and Oloda Aeronautics just launched or is testing for approval from Australia Civil Aviation Safety Authority a drone, a 290 pounds drone capable of flying from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, going up in the sky 500 meters, having batteries that could be changed in 20 seconds by a pit stop crew similar to a F1 team, with the purpose of being a racing sport. A electric drone flying 2090 pounds drone sport. I don't know who'd be interested. It is worse than it sounds. The drones have sensors that help them not crash into each other. A big no-no when you watch motorsports. It's a big drawing factor, seeing who crashes. Apparently there won't be any crashing. I don't know, tell me in the comment section below if you'd be interested in such a sport. The drones will be of course extremely expensive. Why not just fly a small drone that's faster and nimbler? I don't know. Finally, ending with bad news, Earth has been trapping heat at an alarming new rate. That's what a new study shows. Over the course of the last 15 years, the heat trapped by land and sea has doubled. The difference between the amount of heat absorbed by Earth and the amount reflected back into space is called an energy imbalance. The study found that from 2005 and 2019, the amount of heat absorbed by Earth was going up, showing quite an alarming trend. The researchers think that the reason Earth is holding on to more heat comes down to a few different factors. One is human-caused climate change. Among other problems, the more greenhouse gases we emit, the more heat they trap. It gets worse when you take into account that increasing heat also melts ice and snow. Ice and snow can help the planet reflect heat back into the space, but as they disappear, more heat can be absorbed by the land and the oceans underneath, leading to less ice and snow reflecting heat back into the space that traps more heat in the oceans and causes even more ice and snow to melt and less of it to be around to reflect. You get the idea. There's another factor at play too. Natural changes to a climate pattern called the Pacific Decadal Oscillation. Between 2014 and 2019, the pattern was on a warming side, in a warm phase. This warm phase caused fewer clouds to form, shedding less of the ocean, making it more absorbent. Finally, there's a combination of factors: human-caused climate change, regular shifts in climate patterns. Over this period, they're both causing warming, which leads to a fairly large change in Earth's energy imbalance. Scientists hope that this energy imbalance will flatten in the following decades or will be less abrupt than the one that we are just experiencing. Otherwise, scientists say we're going to see more alarming climate change. And with this glorious bad news at the end, I hope you liked this episode, the Microsoft part at least, the Samsung news, or the impending doom. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.